Phil Jackson versus Steve Kerr. Who is the better coach? In the vibrant city of Chicago, amidst the roars of fans and the rhythmic bouncing of basketballs, a tale of a master and his apprentice unfolded. The master, Phil Jackson, was a sorcerer of the court, weaving a tapestry of plays and strategies that would become the stuff of legends. His apprentice, Steve Kerr, a sharpshooter with eyes as precise as a hawk, observed, learned, and absorbed wisdom that was far beyond the arcs from which he shot. Phil wasn't just about X's and O's. No, sir. He believed in the power of the mind, the spirit, and the triangle offense. Imagine Dennis Rodman, with his colorful hair and even more colorful personality, engrossed in a deep philosophical read. That's the Phil magic. On the other hand, Steve was absorbing all this wisdom on the bench, not just the plays, but the play behind the plays. 2 decades later, Kerr's at the helm of the Golden State Warriors, making waves and sinking threes. His style? A bit of Phil Zen, a splash of modern analytics, constant movements, and a whole lot of Splash Brothers. So who's the better coach? Well, Phil's got 11 rings, which is enough to make Thanos jealous. Steve's got a few less, but achieved them in a much more shorter time. It's like comparing a vintage wine to a modern cocktail. Both have their flavors, fans, and moments in the sun. Let's play full court, baby. Your go-to channel for the most interesting basketball topics, on and off the court. Phil Jackson and Steve Kerr are 2 of the greatest coaches the NBA has seen over the past 30 years. While coaching the Los Angeles Lakers and the Chicago Bulls, Phil Jackson won 11 championships and is generally considered the best coach ever. Jackson took Tex Winter's triangle system and used it to make all of his teams into dynasties. He created a mark on the game that will never go away. Steve Kerr has a unique perspective on coaching greatness. Having worked for 2 of the best in Phil Jackson and Greg Popovich, he has been the head coach for the Golden State Warriors since May 2014. He has won 4 championships with the team and has been named Coach of the Year once in 2016. Much like Jackson, Kerr has created a dynasty of his own with Golden State and broke the all-time single-season wins record set by the Jackson's Bulls in 1996, whom Kerr played for. And frankly, while we appreciate the thought, this one hardly qualifies as a debate. Phil Jackson is the better coach 7 days a week and twice on Sundays. There isn't much of an argument to be had here, but let's break it down anyways. In 20 seasons at the helm of the Bulls and then the Los Angeles Lakers, the Zen Master won 11 NBA championships. 3 three-peats are embedded in those 11 titles. 2 with the Bulls from 91 to 93 and 96 to 98, and 1 with the Lakers from 2000 to 2002. Jackson finished his career with back-to-back titles with the Lakers. He and Kobe won 2 more titles in 2009 and 2010 after the Lakers traded Shaq to Miami to finish Jackson's legendary career. It's worth mentioning that after taking a year off as coach after the Bulls' last dance in 1998-99, Jackson led the Lakers to a three-peat immediately afterward. Jackson secured the NBA Coach of the Year title just once, not because he lacked merit, but because he perpetually kept his team at the pinnacle of performance. While the award often celebrates a coach's turnaround of a middling team, Jackson ensured his squads never dipped below excellence. Not once did he oversee a team with a sub-500 record. Jackson ranks 7th all-time in regular season wins, 1,155. He's 3rd all-time in regular season win percentage, .704, and did it in fewer games and seasons than anyone else in the top 10. Jackson leads the pack with 229 playoff wins and boasts an impressive playoff win percentage of .688. However, what sets him apart is his consistency over time. Among the top 5 coaches in regular season win percentage, Jackson is the sole one with over 8 years of experience. Similarly, he's the only one in the top 8 for playoff win percentage who has coached for more than 9 years. His skills as a psychological mastermind were his greatest strength, as he reined in egos such as Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, Kobe Bryant, and Shaquille O'Neal, while also dealing with eccentric personalities like Dennis Rodman and Meta World Peace. So on numbers alone, there is simply no one in Jackson's stratosphere. His hardware is without comparison. But maybe that's not fair to Kerr. After all, Jackson had twice as many years and games to amass those figures, and Kerr is already incredibly decorated just 9 seasons into his head coaching career. Kerr has a 473-238 record in 9 years as a Warriors coach and has led the team to 4 championships and 2 other trips to the NBA Finals. In the early 2000s, the NBA changed its playoff format, specifically in the first round. Initially, teams battled in a best-of-5 series, meaning the first to secure 3 wins advanced. They changed it in 2003 by extending it to a 7-game series. Before 2003, teams required just 15 wins to clinch the playoffs, 1 less than the current 16. This broke down to 3 victories in the first round and 4 in each of the subsequent playoff rounds. To gauge the performances of these 2 head coaches, we'll assess their playoff win-loss records during their initial 9 seasons when their teams progressed in the playoffs. Phil Jackson had a 126-win-to-49 loss playoff record from the start of his head coaching career with the Bulls in 1989-90 until his last dance in 97-98. Phil captured 2 three-peat titles during this time, truly owning and bullying the 1990s era of basketball. He left an incredible legacy to the Bulls' franchise and the NBA. Steve Kerr, a protege of Phil Jackson, amassed a 99-win-to-41-loss playoff record in his 9 appearances from 2014 to 2022. In his debut year as head coach, he didn't merely make an entrance, he shattered records, becoming the most victorious rookie head coach in NBA history with an astounding 63 wins. With a playbook seemingly sprinkled with magic dust, Kerr transformed the Warriors into a dynasty, reminiscent of his days with the Bulls in the 90s. His strategy? A blend of humility, player respect, and a dash of that championship DNA from his playing days. With their eyes locked on the prize, the Warriors danced through defenses and rained threes, crafting a legacy that mirrored the essence of their coach, a quiet, unassuming yet fiercely victorious spirit. In only his 8th season as a head coach, Steve Kerr had already earned a spot among the NBA's top 15 all-time coaches. Steve Kerr had the ultimate lesson in head coaching when Phil Jackson led him as a member of the Chicago Bulls. Kerr was there amidst the three-peats and undoubtedly learned what it took to win from Jackson and Michael Jordan. The fact that Kerr has had Stephen Curry, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, and Kevin Durant in his corner for his success helps. However, it takes a special coach to manage all those egos, something Jackson made look easy during his coaching career. Kerr led the Warriors to 5 straight NBA Finals appearances, and if it hadn't been for heroic performances by LeBron James, he would have had more titles. He has still managed to win 4 NBA titles, and the team appears capable of winning at least 1 more before the core retires. Much like the talent-rich Warriors, Phil Jackson's teams were also stacked, with prime players like Jordan, Pippen, and Rodman, complemented by impeccably suited role players. The Bulls dominated their era. Meanwhile, orchestrating the Lakers' three-peat was no small feat, even with the young Kobe Bryant and a peak Shaquille O'Neal at the helm. For the Warriors, Kerr proved to be the pivotal element that crystallized their dynasty. Phil knew how to handle his players. His unconventional, yet progressive coaching methods were almost as instrumental to maximizing his talent as the players themselves. Those Bulls teams of the 90s were a hotbed of potentially flammable personalities. The perpetual tension in Bryant and O'Neal's relationship is well documented. The thread that united those teams and drove them to the highest levels of achievement was the Zen Master and his inclusive, contemplative approach. Kerr himself said he wouldn't have become the coach of the Golden State Warriors if he hadn't had his experience with the Bulls. It's not that Kerr isn't an effective communicator, it's just that Durant's time with the Warriors ended abruptly. But Jackson has proven time and time again that he is the best ever to do it. Jackson won championships for 2 different teams over 19 years while always employing the same playbook, the triangle offense. And his resume is impressive in its breadth and depth. Kerr's resume is impressively decorated to the point that he deserves to be in the Hall of Fame, but he still has a ways to go before he is as well known as his master. The sky's the limit for sure. Kerr has the potential to surpass Jackson's legendary career stats and achievements. Jackson wears the crown of the superior coach, and for the moment, it's not even a nail-biting contest. We hope you enjoyed our video topic today. Interact with us, subscribe, and hit the notification button to be notified when we upload more content. Don't forget to leave a like and comment below. Also, feel free to suggest any topics you would like to see on this channel, Full Court.
Before we end this video, are you ready to showcase your love for the game and make a statement with premium merch? At Full Court, we believe basketball is more than just a game, it's part of our culture and identity. That's why we've curated a collection of merch that captures the essence of your favorite sports teams and players to celebrate the memories that unite us. And here's the best part. Full Court offers free worldwide shipping. No matter where you are, you can join our global community and showcase your passion for basketball. Visit our website, letsplayfullcourt.com, and explore our merch. You can also find a link below this video in the description.